Hi everybody, it is Tuesday, January 11th, and I'm just going to do kind of a short update. I'm just trying to fill you guys in as best I can as far as how I see things sort of playing out lately. Um, there's been a lot, anybody that's out there that's sort of into, UFOs or, ETs and things like that, if you have any interest in that, you've been kind of watching how there's kind of been kind of a soft disclosure, and it's usually done through movies and stuff. Well, when I got my kind of a wake up call, and I started doing these videos like almost 2 years ago now. Uh, I call them my guides, but yeah, I have this telepathic communication. I know it sounds wacky and everything, but one of the main things they told me was this to help with disclosure. Now, I, I've known about, for instance, there's more life in the universe than just a bunch of us people on Earth. I've always known that. And what I mean, what I think is kind of interesting, and it's really tells you kind of what's going on here, is the fact that we're kind of taught that there's even all the way back going to medieval times or whatever, but we're always kind of taught this concept of we're it. This is all there is in the universe. There's no more life, other than there's some sort of supreme beings out there that are controlling things, whatever. But anyway, the whole point is they're hiding this information, and they've done quite a good job to a certain extent. But most of us that are kind of have sort of critical thinking and all, we realize obviously there's more life out there than just us. So what what my guides have been telling me is it's in a basic sentence is like get people up to speed, because we've been lied to for so long that yeah, this awakening that we're going through right now, it is kind of it's going to be kind of shocking to a lot of people, because it goes against what we've been taught, especially in schools and our pseudoscience, things like that. So I guess kind of what I'm trying to get at here is I'm part of disclosure, and disclosure was never going to be from the government. They're never going to admit, that they've made deals with, extraterrestrials, whatever, and they've traded technology for, abductions and things like this. It is a really complex story, and what it is they're never going to come clean, okay? Because they're guilty, because they're the ones that have been benefiting from this knowledge. They've hidden tech from us. Anyway, what it boils down to is we're going to all come to this realization that yes, not only is there a lot of life out there, it's actually endless, and we're a part of it, but we've been sheltered from it. It's like this. I know I've used this before, this analogy before, in some other videos that I did. It's like we're held captive on this deserted island, and we're told that there's no other land anywhere. We're it. That's kind of the impression, and the reason why they're doing that is so they can take advantage of the fact, especially if they brainwash us into believing that, is that they can control this island of people. Well, on a planetary version of that, that's kind of what it is. Is the Earth is inhabited by us, human beings, well, lots of other life forms and stuff like that, including extraterrestrial life forms. They'll still live on this planet too, but they're kind of hidden. Anyway, but we're told that like no, there's nothing to see here, and so part of this freedom operation that we're going through right now, and the reason why I know it sounds silly and everything, but the reason why I came here is to help with this. It's like a wake-up call for humanity, and also to help free us from this bondage of these, I call them the controllers, You can call them the cabal. There's lots of different words for it. But anyway, uh, so part of that is going to be this slow rolling out of what's really going on, which means we've been traveling off planet for a long periods of time. Not the average person, because we've been kept in the dark. But anyway, this disclosure is going to start rolling out more and more. And what they told me at least a year ago was full disclosure will be known by the year 2023. So if I was going to put a date on it, yeah, I'd say probably a year from now. It's going to be really common knowledge. So what you're going to see throughout this year is, and it has to be done slowly, I got to admit, it is kind of shocking. Even for me, it's more like relearning this stuff, because I know I'm aware of it, but it's like when I see it again, it's like, wow, yeah, I kind of suspected so. Yep, yeah, okay, we're on other planets, and we've got technology that's just beyond our, because you got to remember, like I said, we're a captured species that's breaking out of prison, in a sense. That's what I've been saying all along. We're going to be getting our freedom back, because in reality we are free beings, but we've been kidnapped or captured. And I call it being hijacked too. This system has been hijacked. So we're breaking free of that, and along with it is going to be, yeah, lots of disclosure. So I'm just a small part of this. So I'm just telling, 10 friends or whoever watches these videos. But that's kind of what I'm seeing. And so as far as an update, as far as where we're at right now, what I've been getting is, I mean, a lot of the people are getting the same message, is they've cleaned off most of the, I'm going to try to simplify it. It's going to sound silly and everything, but there was like, we've been controlled by bad ETs. Let me put it that way. So these bad ETs have incarnated in physical bodies, as well as manipulating human beings to control us. So we have a lot of extraterrestrial good ETs, let me put it that way. But then again, see, everybody's an ET, so it's not as if that's kind of a strange concept. But beings that are on our side, let me put it that way, that are free, they've been helping us not only off planet, but inside planet, in other dimensions. Literally, they've been helping us now, because this is really bad situation that we were in. Anyway, so they've kicked off all the bad ETs. I think it's that part of this operation is kind of over. So what's left are the compromised bad human beings, the ones that were playing along with this agenda to control all of us. So that's what's left, and we're going through this slow process, and that's why it's like it's not as fast as we want it to be. But we're basically trying to clean up the last control system on Earth, and they're leaving it up to us to mostly do it, because there's several things going on here, and one of the big things is free will. They can't interfere. They're doing what they can sort of like legally do, and that's they can take care of the off-planet stuff, but on-planet stuff, it's kind of up to us to do it ourselves, is what it boils down to. So they're kind of not only just watching what we're going to do and how we're reacting to this, because this is like as if we've been asleep for a long time. We're slowly waking up, and that's why it's called the Great Awakening. And we're going to wake up to the fact that, yes, we've been manipulated and used by not only off-world entities, but also people that have sold out to them, human beings on Earth. So that's kind of the last operation that we're doing, is we're trying to get rid of them. I'll just kind of put it that way. We're trying to, because the only way we can get our freedom back is to take away the control system. And then it gets really interesting, because in a sense we're free, but now we can make up there's nobody going to dictate to us how we have to live our world. We're going to be in a really interesting position. It'll be in a position where we make the decisions on how we want to run this planet. So, with guidance, with suggestions, a lot of good suggestions that hopefully a lot of people will take. But that's the whole point of being free, is we are going to be left to make our own decisions. So it could still go south to a certain extent. So we have to be careful. So the first thing is to get out of this. So this is a freedom operation, and it's going really well. Like I said, I can't explain everything. There's also not enough time to do it on short videos. But anyway, you'll see that there's a lot more truth coming out, and a lot of it's going to sound pretty bizarre, and again, you're going to have to discern it, because there's the people that are still left are still trying to confuse us. They still don't want to let us go. I'll be honest with you. It kind of almost shocks me, but they're delusional somehow. I'm talking about whoever's left here that was part of the control system. They're delusional. They think that somehow they're going to get it back, and they're not. We're breaking free for good. So, and I think the reason why is, I know it's going to sound complex again and wacky, but there's been different timelines where they basically got beat back, but they regained it again. So I think that's what the problem is they think that somehow they're going to get control of us again, but they're not. We're on a timeline where it's completely, we do get our freedom back. And not only here, but throughout this universe. So this is, you guys, when you watch the documentaries years from now and you realize what we've been going through, this is a really interesting time in especially human history, let alone, Earth history. And anyway, so we're all going to wake up to a really interesting new reality. And that's why it really is a paradigm shift right now that we're going through. So things are going to seem wacky and unbelievable, but believe me, a year from now, everyone's going to be, oh, okay, I get it now. So I'm part of that in a small way. I'm just trying to, and it's difficult for me to do this too, because I have to do this sort of Clark Kent thing going on. It's like I have to pretend as if I'm just an average person, talk about the weather, whatever, stuff like that. But yet, really, I'm like this secret underground freedom operation participant in trying to wake people up, going, you know what? Things are not what they seem right now, you guys. And things are changing. Things are changing a lot. Like, we're not going back to the old ways once this is over. It's going to be a whole new world, a better world, a way better world. It's going to be weird to people, because for humanity, who's been controlled for so many thousands of years, we're going to actually have true freedom for the first time in whatever, I don't know, millions of years. Anyway, so that's my kind of short update for today, and so I'm just part of this disclosure movement that's pushing forward. And believe me, yeah, it's not going to come from big mainstream sources at all. It's all through, just the light workers and star seeds and all of us behind the scenes workers trying to tell everybody what's going on. So anyway, I'm just a small part of that, and that's all I got for you for today. But things are going really good, by the way. So we're almost finished this freedom operation. So hang in there. Okay, bye.